Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Martinsville Speedway once again, this time for the 9th race in the 2020 NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series. We had a last lap slash 2 laps to go pass for the win yesterday afternoon, where Andrew Rich took his second win of the Truck Series season after passing James Ellison. Ellison now 3 straight second place finishes in the Truck Series. On to today's Cup race. Your front row, it's a rookie front row between Matthew Logan, who was in the truck race yesterday, and Wes McCoy, who's been having pretty much a very bad season. Row 2, it's Ryan Brommer and Joshua Sekuli. Row 3 is Rob Evans and Alexander Rowe. Row 4 is Jesse Turner and Quinton Moore, who won this race back in 2018 and had a great day in the truck race yesterday. Lastly, in row 5 is Casey Nanako and Priya McShane. So let's go over some event history. 2017, DJ Curtis, no longer in the series, won by over 6 seconds over William Brock in what was a 125-lap event. 14 drivers finished on the lead lap and 35 cars finished overall. In 2018, Quinton Moore won by just under 2 seconds over Alex Ferranti, both drivers in the field here today. 23 cars finished on the lead lap and 41 finished overall. Last year was crazy. Jonathan Zorlin won what was his 3rd race of the season, and this is the last time Zorlin has won. On top of this, he won by 16.7 seconds over Mark Riggleman, no longer in the series. Zorlin and Riggleman were the only ones on the lead lap in what was a chaotic race. Only 23 cars finished out of 42. We could be looking at something similar here today if things get hectic. Matthew Logan was fastest in practice. Jeff Toledo was fastest in happy hour. Toledo starts in 30th. Last year's race was 175 laps. This year's is only 125. So yesterday we saw our first 2-time Truck Series winner on the year. Through 8 races, we have yet to see someone win twice here in the Cup Series. By this point, a year ago, we had 2 multi-race winners in the form of, I believe, Zorlin, and it was either Nico Tringali or Ryan Brommer. But we have not seen any of those 3 drivers just mentioned win yet this season. We'll get to the point standings in a moment. We're getting ready for the command to start engines. This race was shortened due to the chaos from last season. Command has been given coming into today's race. Alex Gray is still your points leader, 24 points over Samet Oskin. Johnny Gardner, your 2-time defending champ, is 3rd. Keith Rich, 4th. Austin Colano, 5th. Priya McShane, Nico Tringali, Nate Rogers, Seth Cole, Alexander Rowe is the top 10. Jeff Toledo, 18th. Tyler Fink, 19th. Jessica Shelton, 21st. And Dylan Young is 24th. Those are all your race winners. So that's a total of 4 winners outside the top 10. That puts Jose Mills and Sebastian Kukulon in the playoff grid right now as well. And here we go. This is going to be where it happens, the bunch-up zone. Green flag is out. And there it is. Also, Andrew Rich starting 17th as we've already got chaos in the back. Logan York's around. Seth Cole's in it. Jeff Toledo. Tyler Markle. No one gets stuck on the grass this time. Cole Deaver also got a piece of it, as there's more wrecking. It's Carter Friesen, Keith Rich, Dylan Young. James Shelley's involved. Deaver will go down the pit road. Matthew Logan is your leader right now. Jeff Toledo down pit road as well. So there it is. There's the chaos. Nate Rogers was in prime position to win this race a year ago, until lap down cars got in his way and he ended up wrecking himself, getting damage, and falling back. But he's at the back of the field this year. That's where Zorlin was, though. Zorlin, you can see, is running 24th right now. Not very different than where he was a year ago. We saw Zorlin come from the back of the field to win this race in 2019. And that could happen again here today with these drivers. But things are crazy. You've got dive bombs everywhere. That's Corey Williams on the inside of Tyler Fink and Alex Gray as Jeff Toledo comes out of pit road. This could likely be a race we don't go to commercial for. But right now, Matthew Logan's got a 1 second lead over Rob Evans as Jeff Toledo comes out of pit road and filters into the middle of this pack. This is racing just outside the top 20. There's Adam Flickinger in the 7-8. Haven't talked a lot about one of the final four from the Truck Series. Haven't talked about him a lot in the Truck Series either at that. 3 wide behind. That's Sandver, Zorlin, and Jose Mills. Remember, this is the last track Zorlin won at. That was Zorlin's, trying to look for the, 7th career win 1 year ago. And Zorlin has not gone to victory lane since. He made the final four and everything, but no championship for Zorlin. That was his 3rd win in the first 5 races. Martinsville was race 5 a year ago. Now it's race 9. Next week we had the Richmond. No Truck Series race next week. Also, I didn't say it, but I hope everyone had a good Easter weekend off from this series of action, as Nate Rogers will make a dive bomb 3 wide here. So Zorlin falling to the back of the grid. No one retired, so Toledo 2 down, Deaver 4 down. Those drivers continuing here on the racetrack. But the back of the field is definitely what you want to watch, because it's just a matter of time before we get another incident. There's Ferranti in the 48, finished runner-up in 2018. There's Quinton Moore. He's not doing too hot. He's falling backwards here today. Jeff Toledo actually making some moves 2 laps down with fresher rubber and no hood on the car. Brommer's falling backwards. He's outside of the top 10. Kev Shearer is running the highest I've seen him run all year. He's running 12th right now. He sits 42nd last in points coming into today. So far, so good for Shearer. Anything's better than being outside the top 25. So Sekuli is currently, oh, there was a wreck somewhere. Spin on the back straightaway somewhere. I'm not sure who it was. You can't really see. It might have, I have no idea who it was, to be honest. But someone was spun around. Logan's in prime command of the lead. The Nako in 2nd, Evans 3rd, and the man who won yesterday, Andrew Rich, from 17th place is up to 4th. Nico Tringali in 5th. Wes McCoy 6th. McCoy has not done that well either. His brother Toby's in the Truck Series doing just as awful. Wes currently sits 39th in points. This is why your phone is on mute. My phone is lighting up, but it's on mute, so I hear nothing. Johnny Gardner started a row or 2 ahead of Rich, and he's running in 7th. Even the champion has not won yet. Jesse Turner passing teammate Alexander Rowe for 8th. Turner's had a terrible season. He's at the bottom of the point standings, as Priya McShane's looking now for 9th. McShane was spun around yesterday early on in the Truck Series race and finished poorly, but the winner from 2 weeks ago at the Motordrome is looking for another victory here today. So Rich is up to 3rd as Nanako is dealing with Cole Deaver as Matthew Logan navigates lap traffic. And Deaver is not moving, and this is where you usually will get turned, but Nanako will bump him up the racetrack. Rich was to the outside. He had to hold off from turning the 3, so he will fall down to 4th behind the 84. As Matthew Logan is working his way through lap traffic, Tyler Markle, Logan York, Keith Rich, and Seth Cole. And he will get by them all. Logan looking to join teammate Tyler Fink as a race winner this year. Remember, the prediction was 7 rookie wins. We've already gotten 3 in 8 races, so this season has been pretty crazy for stuff like that. How about Casey Nanako in second? Nanako currently sits 34th in points. We've seen him in the top 5 before, though, this season. Rockingham was one of them. Vegas was one of them, too, I believe. Things have just gone sideways for Nanako anytime he's in a chance to win. And right now he'll fall to 4th place behind Tringali and Rich, who are trying to find the way to hunt down Matthew Logan. Both of these drivers, Tringali and Rich, have not won in the Cup Series this year. Rich is running full-time in trucks, Tringali running part-time, splitting the 54 Toyota with his teammate, who drives the 83 here in the Cup Series. And now Seth Cole will hold up the 84 as the 23 will move to the inside, and Andrew Rich is now running in 2nd place. Fastest lap on the board is by the 23 as well, Andrew Rich, a 20.258, but from what we saw yesterday, it was not the fastest driver who won the race. But things are different here today in the Cup Series, and there is definitely a lot more chaos going on. So Seth Cole moving out of the way. Kev Shearer has moved back into the top 10 as Johnny Gardner is falling down the board. Nanako back up the 3rd briefly, but here comes Tringali looking for 3rd. As is Andrew Rich closing the gap here or not? The only lap car between him and Logan is his teammate, Keith Rich. As we'll remain here at the track for the whole race. It just got told to me we're going to stay for the whole race. So I was just taking a sip of some Gatorade. And it seems like they're pretty even. Matthew Logan and Andrew Rich, it's really pretty even right now. Still nobody out of the race. I believe something just happened to Jessica Shelton, though. Oh, William Flickinger's got damage. This is the back of the grid. Ryan Brommer started near the front. He is all the way down here in 32nd. Sorlin not having a good day either. Now, the 17 car won this race all the way back in 2017. DJ Curtis was driving it. Peter Onjak is behind the wheel here today. Rookie in the Cup Series. Not having a good time. Now, the 34 was a Chevy when it won here in 2018. Where is Tyler Fink running right now? And Fink is actually right here. I'm just so blind. Fink not having a good day either. So right now, all the winners, the cars, the winners themselves, they're just not having a good outing. As Quinton Moore is 17th. He's having the best outing of them all. But the lap traffic, the cars that are a lap down right now that we know are off pace, those are the ones that are really going to be the ones to watch, because if someone gets impatient with them, they will turn them, and it could get dangerous if the leaders are close. But right now, Matthew Logan holding on to the lead. It's a solid 3-second lead right now. Not much Rich has been able to do. Tringali is still 3rd. Nanako 4th. Turner's up to 5th. Gardner 6th. Evans, McShane, McCoy, Shearer. That's the top 10 as they run. As Logan York, Tyler Markle, all with damage. Same for Cole Deaver. He's several laps down. And there's Matthew Logan catching the back of the field. But you can see they've kind of singled out now. The pace has... The field is showing who is fast and who is not. You can see Rich, Tringali, Nanako, Turner. They're all single file as Shearer is passing Evans for 9th. Austin Colano 1 spot outside the top 10. And fall off has not really kicked in yet either. They're only at about half a second right now. Top 10 fastest laps: Rich, James Shelley, Gardner, Logan, McShane, Onjak, Zach Rogers, Sanford, Tringali, and Nanako. That's the top 10. As Deaver's fastest lap is about a second off pace. Same for Seth Cole. Deaver again listed as 5 down. Toledo 2 down from the pit stops those two made. to fix their damage from the lap 1, lap 2 incidents. Colano will move by Evans for 10th place. That's another 2 points for Colano. As McShane looking for a way by 8-time race winner Johnny Gardner. Now Gardner, I cannot recall if Gardner has won at a short track before. I believe the answer is no. I believe it's 7 speedway wins and 1 super speedway win for Gardner. Meanwhile, Andrew Rich is a little more diverse. Rich has won at the Motordrome, Daytona. I believe the only thing Rich hasn't won at is a road course. And I believe Gardner's in the same boat, but I could be mistaken. I have to look back at the history logs. As right now, the only sheet I have up is the all-time wins list. As there was a wreck, Markle got spun around, Logan York got spun around, Keith Rich just made contact with him. Keith Rich slows up, Andrew Rich is making evasive maneuvers, so is Tringali. Looks like Matthew Logan made it through everything okay. But somebody turned Markle and Logan York, and then Keith Rich made contact with the 95. That cost Andrew Rich, his father, about a second. But we just saw them start making evasive maneuvers. Spotters telling them trouble up ahead. Be careful. So hitting the brakes, that has allowed Nanako to move up to 3rd past Nico Tringali. As now Rich is stuck behind his son. As Keith is all over the bumper of Logan York again. As Logan York will head down pit road. So York will be the 3rd driver to head down for repairs. Matthew Logan with a lot of space now. Ryan Brommer is back here with hood damage. Likely the 14 that got into the 88 and 95. But York will come out with 4 fresh tires and damage repaired. As now Matthew Logan will have to deal with lap traffic whether he likes it or not. Rich trying to find the way by Cole Deaver. Deaver not giving him the line he needs. And this is really helping the 38 right now. Keith Rich under Andrew. As there's more cars on pit road. That's Seth Cole and Tyler Markle. They've come down now to fix their damage. That'll give them 4 fresh tires. Andrew Rich finally getting by Cole Deaver. That has moved Nanako up to 3rd. Gardner's up to 5th. Turner, Shearer, McShane, Colano, McCoy. That's the top 10. As Logan now has nearly a 4.5 second lead. But all it takes is one wrong step by Logan. As Markle's going to come back out from pit road right in front of Johnny Gardner. As there's more cars on pit road, Quinton Moore has damage. Logan York is on pit road again. So a quick incident for the 95 will take Moore out of contention for a win. Logan's in a bit of a safe zone for now. No retirees on the racetrack. There you see a clear overview of the track from turn 1. As Quinton Moore still on pit road. Now we saw the Truck Series drivers pit at lap 50, lap 51. Someone else has just come on the pit road. That looks like Rob Evans from a distance. And indeed it is. Does the 65 have damage? It doesn't look like he has damage. He looks pretty clean to me, and I believe Quinton Moore and Logan York have retired from the race, so your first DNFs of the day. This appears to be maybe a regularly scheduled pit stop for Evans. Yeah, it was just 4 tires and fuel. He's away. So pit stops coming into play already. And Evans electing to undercut here big time. as Andrew Rich has taken the lead as more cars come down pit road. Now Casey Nanako will be your leader. With a bumper full of Johnny Gardner now, pit stops will be very interesting because now pit road's full. This is where you're going to gain and lose positions. And here comes Nanako and Gardner. They were the last two to pit, so pitting very early. It's definitely looking like a two-stop on the day for the Cup Series drivers. And there's Matthew Logan out and away, still looking like a clean race car over here. But Nico Tringali has considerably closed the gap on the 38. There's Andrew Rich coming out of pit road himself. Now we have to see how many cars are going to be a lap down. But this race has been definitely less chaotic than I expected as Andrew Rich comes out in front of Tringali. And Nanako is nowhere to be seen. But Rich and Tringali gaining time on pit stops on the 38 as Logan had to deal with the back end of the field pitting. But now everyone out and done for their first stops. We'll see the second round, around I'm going to assume around 30 to go. Maybe earlier if people want to undercut. But Evans is back on track in 8th. But the lead has disappeared. Only 2-second lead now for Logan over Rich, 2.7 over Tringali. Jesse Turner in 5th and Nanako 4th. Actually put that Shearer in 5th, Turner 6th. Gardner, Evans, Colano, and McShane. That's the top 10. As Moore and York are the only cars out of the race. And we have 33 drivers on the lead lap. So the chaos has seemed to have calmed down. We'll go back to our pit lane 1 camera. There's a bit of a pack right there as Cole Deaver is in the way of Jesse Turner. But the slow cars are definitely the ones to watch, because if one slow car gets turned in front of a lot of cars, we'll have some DNFs, more damaged race cars. It'll really amp things up. Pit lane 2 camera, exit of turn 4. So right now the only thing Logan has between him and Andrew Rich is 2.7 seconds. And Ryan Brommer. And Rich is closing. Rich pit a lap or so later than Logan. And that's at Logan's disadvantage right now. So let's see how the other drivers are faring. William Flickinger already a lap down. Just trying to go through the field. Alex Gray, your points leader, running 23rd. Remember that points lead is over Oskin, Gardner, Keithrich, and Colano. Where is the 22 anyway? Oh, and we just got Gray and Adam Flickinger just got in a wreck. Oh, and Dylan Young slams the 33. Carter Friesen, Ferranti, Shelton, William Flickinger, Corey Williams. Here it is. Does Logan get involved? No, he doesn't. Andrew Rich does, though. Rich is turned on his side. Tringali's involved. Evans, Gardner. Everybody is piling in. And Rich and Tringali's good days went to bad really fast. Oh, man. There it was. The chaos just ensued. Just like that, Andrew Rich's top 5 run is up in smoke. All it took was Gray and Adam Flickinger getting together off of turn 4. And a ton of race cars got damaged. That shook up the entire top 10. Carter Friesen, William Flickinger, Tringali, Gardner, Shearer, all with damage. Matthew Logan is your leader with Casey Nanako now in 2nd. Colano is 3rd. Turner 4th. Ace Rogers is up to 5th. Sanford in 6th. McShane 7th. I'll put McShane down to 9th. Wes McCoy 7th. Zach Rogers 8th. And the 6 of LJ Toledo is 10th. Retiring from the race, Keith Rich, Ferrant, T. Friesen, Dylan Young, Alex Gray, Nico Tringali, Andrew Rich, Rob Evans. And Tringali and Rich got to be hurting the most here. They had top 5 runs going, and it just came down to Rich. Rich had his brakes on, he had it good, and then he went to turn right to get it back going, and Tringali was already there, and it just caused them to wreck even more. It really started when Gray's destroyed car was stopped in the middle of the track, and drivers had nowhere to go. That took out a lot of cars, and we're down to 21 drivers on the lead lap. And it shook up the entire top 10. Casey Nanako closing in on Matthew Logan, and Logan's got Kev Shearer in the way. This could get dangerous. It's going to let Nanako close right up, as we're halfway through the race. Right now it's going to be between Logan Nanako and Austin Colano. They're the only ones with really a shot here. But what was looking to possibly be an Andrew Rich sweep went up in smoke the second Adam Flickinger and Alex Gray got together. The Nako now still right there, half a second back. Colano's keeping his distance at about 2.6 seconds. As I think something might have happened to the 43. He just dipped several positions. Oh, and there's more wrecking. Cole Deaver just got spun around. No one else made any contact, but the 3 just got turned off of turn 2. And that could be why Sanford up the 4th, Turner 5th, Ace 6th, McCoy 7th, McShane, LJ Toledo, and Zach Rogers the top 10, but the top 10 just shuffled itself, as you've actually got a nest of cars from 5th place down to 18th. And there's Samet Oskin. What position is he running in right now? 20th place, okay. And he is all over Cole Deaver, and he is not happy. He's in the grass. He's gonna turn the 3 just barely into the wall. Cole Deaver is definitely the wild card right now. I forget who it was a year ago, but we had someone who was just as off pace as Deaver. Just like retired the car. I mean, he could have retired and been last right now, but he's 32nd instead. And Markle and Logan will go around the outside, and there it is. Deaver's coming to pit road. Not sure if this is scheduled or just to get it off the racetrack. We'll find out right now. Now they are taking tires in service. Oh, and something just happened to the 6. LJ Toledo's cars died. Nate Rogers, Jeff Toledo, and more are involved. LJ's car just died right off of turn 4. That was very strange. And Jeff Toledo got decent damage from that. He's going to pit road. Wow, that was crazy. We're at 55 to go. And oh boy, here comes the 3 back on the racetrack. But Logan and Nanaka are still top 2. And Markle is going to get turned by Corey Williams. Oh, and Deaver barely misses the 88. But man, people are getting turned left and right. Jonathan Zorlin's into the top 10. Jeff Toledo still on pit road from his damage. As LJ's back on track, I'm not sure what happened to the 6 car. He just stalled or something coming off of turn 4. But that kicked him out of the top 10, and now he is 26th, 27th, make it 27th, 3 laps down. No one retires from the chaos. Something has occurred to the 43. Oh, he's just falling backwards. Oh, he was spun. Wes McCoy just got spun a lap ago. He's down to 13th, and it looks like Zorlin got held up from it. Alexander Rowe, Tyler Fink are into the top 10. So is Sekuli, as Logan continues to be stalked by Nanako. There's just so much going on. Ace Rogers, the top Subaru on track now after Andrew Rich got in his incident. He's in 6th place. Older brother Zach is in 14th. Keith Rich, who was in some earlier shenanigans, also out of the race. He's going to finish 40th while Andrew finishes 34th. As there is Cole Deaver. Running behind 4th place, Charles Sanford, who really just kind of came out of nowhere and is sitting in the top 5. Austin Colano, 3.3 seconds back in 3rd, as Nanako continues to stalk Matthew Logan. Now let's look at where these guys are in the points. Nanako is down in 34th. Logan is 2 spots ahead in 32nd. Logan with 1 top 10, Nanako with none. So both looking at a good day. Logan wins the race or not, and Nanako wins the race or not. It's a good top 5 effort for both of these drivers that'll shoot them up in the point standings. And Nanako has had chances at top 5s before, but they still got to get through one more round of pit stops, which is about 15 laps away. But man, oh man, this race looked pretty good, and then the chaotic big one on the front straightaway came out of nowhere. But we're still looking at more drivers finishing than we had a year ago. A year ago, remember, it was 23 cars finishing with 2 drivers on the lead lap. We're at 19 and 32 right now. This race looking similar to the 2017 race, where 14 cars finished on the lead lap and 35 finished. But with more cars on the lead lap at the moment. Right now, Matthew Logan is running just behind the 83 of Nate Rogers. So far so good for Matthew Logan, though. He's avoided all the mayhem and has kept the race lead. It'll be 40 to go in 2 laps. Can Matthew Logan join teammate Tyler Fink in the playoffs? Well, all but locked in the playoffs. Because if we're looking at what's going to be 9 different winners. This season will be just as crazy as 2017 was, where we had over 16 winners well before the cutoff race. The lap down car, Adam Flickinger, just went by Casey Nanako like it was nothing. And I think that's fresher rubber talking. If Nanako can get back there close. Ooh, Logan got loose off the turn 2. He was sliding towards that wall really fast. A lot of lap traffic here. Good opportunity for Nanako to make a pass on Logan if Adam Flickinger gets to his inside, but they're catching Jeff Toledo right now. Austin Colano seemingly was closing, but that's still at 3.2 seconds. No new retirees. Seth Cole on pit road. That means pit stops are starting once again. Zach Rogers actually has the fastest lap of 20.233. Zorlin in 3rd. Ooh, it just screwed up my foot a little bit here. And Matthew Logan's coming to pit road, and the Naka will stay out. Pit road looking pretty empty for Matthew Logan this time around. What's the fall off at right now? 21.2. Oh, there's an incident. Tyler Fink got turned, and the Nako slowed up, and that's going to cost him time. Is someone getting turned around? That was Corey Williams getting spun by LJ Toledo. As Sekuli is the head lead lap car right now, him and Zorlin. And they are also coming in, but Zach Rogers will actually stay out 15 seconds back from the leader last time at the line. But the 97 stays out on track, nowhere close to leading the lap, maybe this time by lap 89 of 125 here. And here he will come down the pit road. Jose Mills also stayed out another lap. There's Charles Sanford. We know he's up there on the running order. We're waiting to see what's going on. Sekuli coming out of pit road. Zorlin coming out of pit road. Zach Rogers, Jose Mills coming out there, well behind Zanfer right now. Logan is actually already back in the lead, and the Nako lost a ton of time. Oh, as Wes McCoy has gotten destroyed, he's blown up. Ooh, Onjak almost got into him. This actually looks like a blow-up wreck, but there was smoke on the back straightaway. Oh, this could get dangerous. This could get dangerous. Anyways, Logan in the lead, Colano second. Nanako third, Sanford fourth, Ace Rogers fifth. Ooh, Zorlin came close right there. There's the 97 of Zach Rogers, William Flickinger going to pit road, and there goes Wes McCoy. So Matt Oskin's got some door damage, and there's Matthew Logan. We're down to 15 cars on the lead lap now. James Shelley has retired from the race. Maybe had something to do with the 43 there. We'll take a look at that after the race. But this will put the 43 and the 71 out of the event, leaving us with 30 drivers. Cole Deaver on pit road for his final stop of the day. Yep, and there goes Wes McCoy out of the race. 15 cars on the lead lap, looking like it could be down to 14 if Logan gets by Fitzwater. Your top 10 as they run is Matthew Logan in the lead, Austin Colano second, Casey Nanako third, Ace Rogers fourth, Sanford fifth, Turner sixth, Sekuli seventh, Zorlin eighth, Rowe ninth, and Priya McShane in 10th. I forgot the last name for a split second there. We'll be at 30 to go this time by. Nothing has been able to derail Matthew Logan from winning this race. And his lead is growing over the 21. But there's plenty of time for chaos to happen. Two-time champ Johnny Gardner in front of him. He appears off pace unless Kukulon and Oskin are just that fast. Oh no, he's got damage, I think. Ooh, this could be dangerous. Oh, and it is! Oh man, Johnny Gardner's on his side! But he'll get it to pit road. That was crazy. Contact with Gardner with Matthew Logan there after Oskin got into him, but Logan avoids getting involved. And Gardner gets sent up on his side by teammate Fitzwater. It'll be crazy if Gardner continues racing after that. And now Kukulon is all over the bumper of Jeff Toledo. And Logan is just not having luck right now with these lap cars. And he'll get stuck behind the 19 as Oskin goes on by. There's Austin Colano just behind them. Oh, Logan's going to get into the 19 of Jeff Toledo and spin him around. And he has to really slam the brakes there. But Colano's got nowhere to go, and he flips over the 19. Oh, man. What looked like a clear opening for the 21 turned into a blessing for Matthew Logan as his lead is doubled. And could that contact hurt the 21's performance? Nanako's gotten, or Ace Rogers has caught up to Casey Nanako. I don't even know what's going on right now. That is for third place. The 64 has really come out of nowhere, to be honest. But Ace looking for a good finish here today after a good one in the truck race yesterday. Fitzwater out of the race, Gardner out of the race. So that'll put us down even more cars. Still looking better than last year, though. We're at 28 on the track and 14 on the lead lap. 22 laps to go this time by. Matthew Logan just waiting for the laps to whittle down so he can park it in victory lane. Tyler Fink, his teammate behind him, did it earlier in the year at Rockingham. And what a revival story this would be for Front Row Motorsports, getting both their cars in victory lane through the first quarter of the season. And neither wins coming from super speedways. That's something to be happy about. Colano is closing in the gap, so I guess that means he didn't suffer any damage, even though he popped the car onto its side. I'm surprised. But Matthew Logan looking clean himself right now as well. But Colano not really closing the gap, just kind of keeping the gap, as Logan is going to get stuck here a little bit. Sanford has fallen down to 6th. I think something happened to the 03. But the rest of the top 10 looks the same as it did just after pit stops. Ooh, Oskin just got into it with Kev Shearer. Shearer currently running in 23rd, 2 laps down. Meanwhile, Samet Oskin, 14th, last on the lead lap. Potentially, Oskin could take the points lead here. Let's see, he's 14th and Gray is 36th. That's 22 points. So 22 points. He came in behind 24, so he would need 3 more positions to take the points lead, as Shearer will get in the way of the 83 of Nate Rogers. Nate just 1 lap down in 15th. As Kev Shearer is really off pace just as much as the 3 car, I think. This is the stuff that causes accidents. Sorlin, last car in the top 10. Look at where he is compared to the leader. There's Cole Deaver. But Logan looking at that win. Austin Colano falls to 4 seconds now. Who did they catch? Oh no, it's just Peter Onjax going to pass him. That's holding up to 21. Matthew Logan is 15 laps away from his first career win here in the Cup Series. And it has been a journey. Next week we head to Richmond for what will hopefully be a much cleaner race weekend, as it's just a Cup race, 100 laps of action from Richmond. Jeff Toledo just got turned off of turn 4. But they'll keep it clean. Ooh, Sakuli came close there. I saw that right at the end of the transition. As Matthew Logan's just got to get by all these lap cars, and he'll be good to go. We'll go to the pit lane. One camera as more cars got turned. Kev Shearer's all over the place on the front straightaway. Oh, he's got heavy damage. I think Shearer's going to be done. Yeah, Shearer is going to be heading down pit road. His day is over. Matthew Logan looking pretty good. He's got a full 5-second lead over Colano now. Ace Rogers up to third, and Nanako has fallen down to fifth. As Logan is going to stalk Cole Deaver here. He's given up a lot of time by doing that. Lost 2/10 right there. And to the inside, the 38 will go, coming to 10 laps to go this time by. Shear on pit road, losing a few more positions now to fix more damage. I don't even know if it's worth it for him to continue on the racetrack. Well, Cole Deaver could have retired and finished last, but instead he's running 28th, 12 laps down. And most of the crazy accidents has occurred on the front straightaway this year. Most of them last year, I believe, were back straight going into turn 3. Jesse Turner has made it up to third now. Sanford has fallen down to 7th. Any more incidents before this race is over? It's looking like everyone's got it under control. Logan will catch the 72 of Seth Cole, who won back in Las Vegas. So it looks like Oskin will finish the day in 14th unless something crazy happens. That'll make him, or put him 2 points behind Alex Gray for the points lead heading into Richmond. I believe the only incident we have to go back and look at is whatever happened with Wes McCoy and James Shelley. That's the only one I'm unaware of. Everything else we saw unfold on track. A 125 lap race, man. I'm glad this thing's not 175 laps this year too. I would probably feel like it was never going to end if it was that long again. 5 laps to go at the start-finish line for Matthew Logan. His lead's down to 4 seconds as he's stuck behind Seth Cole. Oh, is there going to be contact? The answer is no. There's still contact, actually, and to the inside, Matthew Logan will go as he catches Jeff Toledo. That would put the 19 7 laps down. Kev Shear continuing on the track here late in the going. He's looking at finishing 26th. Logan looking to go to the outside of Jeff Toledo here. I don't know about that. Tyler Fink, Nate Rogers still battling it out for 15th place. 3 laps to go. This Cole Deaver has been caught by the rest of the pack, and there's an opening. Jesse Turner looking for 2nd place from Austin Colano. And Cole Deaver in the way right now. 2 laps to go at the start-finish line for Matthew Logan as the other cars are held up by Jeff Toledo. He is smooth sailing, no one in his way, as Toledo will get turned by Seth Cole. And Ace Rogers comes close to nailing him. But the top 5 shaking it up here at the end. Ace Rogers now looking for 3rd place from Colano as the white flag waves in the air. And this will likely be the top 5 to finish the race. But after 125 grueling laps from the pole, Matthew Logan will win his first career race in the NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series. And he'll join 2017 winner DJ Curtis as a driver who wins from the front row at Martinsville. Turner will finish 2nd, Ace Rogers 3rd, Austin Colano 4th, and Casey Nanako 5th in what is a 4-for-5 rookie top 5. Sekuli 6th, Sanford 7th, Rowe 8th, McShane 9th, and Mills round out the top 10. 14 cars finish on the lead lap, 28 finish the race. And the only incident we have to look at is whatever happened with McCoy and James Shelley. So let's get to that. All right, so we've actually got two separate incidents to look at. This is on lap 87. Fink is running in 9th place. And it looks like he might have got loose. The contact might have already been occurring here, but either the 97 or the 34 gets loose, and this spins Fink around right at a turn 2, and he's actually next to the wall, not to the inside. And you're going to see Fitzwater make the first contact. Mills is going to just scrape by, and then Shelley's on the gas turning down, and he has nowhere to go. And he hits Fink for a second time. So that's what happened there. Now if we go to Wes McCoy, this is coming out of pit road. Let's just fast forward here. The right side's up, left side's up. All right, here we go. So McCoy and Oskin are going to come out of pit road side by side. Now these guys were top 10 runners. This takes them out of the race. As they're coming out of pit road, they get sandwiched together, and Oskin's on the gas more than McCoy. And McCoy's turning right up the track too, but I guess he was expecting Oskin to turn right to the more because they make contact, and now they're going towards the inside wall. Oskin's almost going to go over into a barrel roll, but they spin into turn 3, and then right here, Cole Deaver is going to nail McCoy in a bad spot. That explains why Deaver was even more off pace. That hit took out the 43, but not Deaver. Deaver's car kept on going. And Oskin, of course, was fine and went on to finish 14th. But that's what happened. I will see you guys all at Richmond. Congrats again to Matthew Logan on his win. He's the 4th rookie winner so far this season in 9 races. My prediction, again, at the beginning, before the year started, was 7 rookie winners. And if things keep on pace like this, I'm going to be completely wrong.